Project. I've never encountered this before, but I'll give it a go, okay?
Thank you.
With this one, you have to make the abstract understandable. You made it understandable. Maybe because I already know the topic, but I was looking around, you got a lot of nods. It seemed like people were getting this information, all right? I'm going to suggest a few ways to take it to another level, all right? With the start, I quite like the idea of using that 90-10, okay, the 90% and 10%. I quite like the idea of using that to shock people a bit when you start. So you could start by saying, in this room, 90% of you have a bad relationship with money. There are 18 of us here. That means 10% of you, or 1.8, have a good relationship with money. Now the question is, who is the 1 and who is the 0.8? So you could do it that way. And now you've introduced the whole idea that what you're going to talk about is whether or not we can identify if we have a bad relationship with money or a good relationship with money. I think in terms of a first-time introduction to the financial thing, this is the question that most people will have. Not whether or not they have all the details of the finance sorted. They just want to know, first of all, hey, do I have the right kind of relationship with money? Do I have the right kind of mindset with money? Or do I have the wrong kind of mindset? And this is the chart that will sort it out, right? So you can then proceed and say, what I'm about to show you is a chart that will sort out which side you are on, bad with money or good with money. You all want me to proceed or not? Then obviously they'll say yes, and then move on. And then you go on, there you go. And this is what E is, S is, bad with money. Why is it bad? I'll tell you why. And then you say it. And the explanation you gave completely makes sense. I think people started to understand, oh yeah, I am on this side, or I am on this side. I would ramp up the introduction. It's almost like you're doing marketing for what's about to happen. I think. But that's my main suggestion. You use the example of the doctor. That's fantastic because you can take the example all the way through the quadrants. It's really good. And after that, after I heard this the first time, from 22 years ago, from Robert Kiyosaki, he explained it to me over dinner. I understood where I was, and if you're stuck in a particular quadrant, it's because you have the mindset of the person in that quadrant. It's very hard to get out of if your mindset hasn't changed.
Yeah.
Your relationship with risk is also what you started to say. The relationship with risk is something that you bring up. If you're stuck here, it's because you're not prepared to take the kind of risk that the next quadrant requires. You can go here, you can move, but the question is risk. So then people will really get the sense that they are, because some people will sort of think, oh, I'm an I, or whatever, but they may not be, they might be an S. But you can really hit it hard so that people know, yeah, I am that. And then, of course, the questions later for offline is, how can I move to the next one? Okay, that's my suggestion.